£30 million. It doesn't really get you far, does it, in the transfer market? But it seems to be working for United at the moment. Anyway, we've heard about Delap and his release clause, but check this out. Rayan Cherki, £30 million, 31 goal involvements. That is gold dust to Manchester United right now. And we are leading the race to sign Rayan Cherki. According to several European sources that are coming out today saying that United are ahead of Spurs. I'm not being funny, but literally, is this going to come down to a simple race to win the Europa League to sign Rayan Cherki? It's the only reason I would think Spurs are even in contention to sign him right now. No disrespect to them and the club that they are, but if you had to choose between United and Spurs, it's only ever going to be Man United, surely. Anyway, into where this news has come from. And a few outlets have been saying it across French media and other European sources as well. Several well-known journalists who cover transfers across Europe are saying that Manchester United are ahead of Spurs and about 10 other teams, 6 of which are from the Premier League, for Rayan Cherki's signature. Now, obviously here on Forever United TV, I like to bring you up to date with all of the transfer news. So this is something a little bit extra that we heard about earlier on this morning that I think definitely needs talking about, because we're talking about Manchester United going in for Matheus Cunha. How do Manchester United fit Rayan Cherki and Cunha into a forward line that's already got Garnacho, Xerxes, Bruno, Mount and Ahmad vying for 2 positions? Interesting. Now, Rayan Cherki has played in no more than 6 positions this season. For Lyon. He is as versatile as they come. He plays on the left, he plays on the right, he plays in a 10, he plays as a striker, anchor midfield, centre midfield. He's played in all them positions for Lyon this season. 31 goal involvements, including 19 assists and 12 goals, is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal form. And he is going to be sold this summer. We all know the situation with him. His contract runs out next year and Lyon have to sell. Their financial predicament and now being out of Europe again this season. Yes, they could possibly get into the Champions League next season. That may give them the chance. But then looking at that, that also is obviously the reason why the original price for Rayan Cherki, which was 19 million, has gone up to 30 million. They want between 30 and 35 million euros. So let's round it up to 30 million for Rayan Cherki, simply because they could possibly finish in the Champions League and don't really need to desperately sell him as much with the Champions League money in. Obviously, all depending on if they do get into the Champions League. And I think that's what you have to look at with this transfer. So if Lyon get in to Champions League football next season, this deal may not be as much of a needs-must for Lyon. Obviously, Cherki loves Lyon. We've seen him play against Manchester United, kissing the badge, loving the fans. He loves his life over in France. And it's a local boy who literally doesn't want to move, that is going to have to move because the club are in such a financial state. Look, I think every player has aspirations of playing for a bigger club, and I'm not saying that Lyon aren't a big club, but they're a bigger. And at 21, with the contract situation that he's in right now, I think it's quite clear that he is probably looking at this as a good opportunity and a good time for him to move. If he's helping out his club in Lyon and getting a bigger transfer fee, then it probably makes it a bit more comfortable for him. And I'm pretty certain that the Lyon fans will be happy with him going. But United ahead of Spurs. We've also got Bayern Munich, Bayer Leverkusen, Arsenal. You've got Milan, Juventus, plenty of clubs that are in for Rayan Cherki, but United are top of the tree. If you add to that, like Manchester United's situation right now, we need a striker. And it's crazy how we're looking at two young players right now who are at the top of their level. And here's a question that I want to ask you all and put into the comment section, please. Not many people are looking at Liam Delap at 30 million as the right sort of experience for Manchester United. What are we looking for? Premier League pretty much first and foremost. He's played in the Premier League. Cherki hasn't. Cherki is 21. Same age, near enough. Younger than Liam Delap. But he is seen as good enough. So what is the difference? He's playing at a higher level and probably has got more out of his game than what Liam Delap has. Manchester United going for 2 players here that could transform Manchester United's side for cheap money. It's quite scary. But 30 million is the price tag. He's not going to stay at Lyon. He's not going to stay. Yes, he has that connection with Lyon, obviously, but I think he knows, I think the club knows, and I think everybody around Europe, when you look at this list, for instance, Arsenal, Newcastle, Villa, all vying for his signature as well. The 2 big teams in Germany and in Italy, like we've just said, and obviously Spurs and United are apparently top of the tree when it comes to it. But apparently Manchester United staff were massively impressed with Rayan Cherki, and seeing him up close in person and playing against United and featuring and scoring in both the legs in the quarter-final, having a real impact on the game. Because Lyon, let's not forget, they fell off completely when Cherki went off, and they were winning at that point, only to then lose the game, as we know, in dramatic circumstances at Old Trafford in that quarter-final in the Europa League. So United staff very, very impressed with Cherki, his temperaments, his quality on the ball. And I think this is now another player that's, when you get to see them play and you get to see what they're made of and how they destroy your own team, you get to see a different side. It's not stats and scouts and everybody telling you that he is the next best thing. You can see a temperament in a big occasion on the biggest stage and how he handled himself. And he handled himself very, very well. Manchester United, we will be looking to get someone like Cherki and his quality in. But who drops out? I just said it there. Then you've got Mount, you've got Xerxes, you've got Bruno, you've got Ahmad. You've got Garnacho. There's five or six tens there already for Manchester United. If you add Cunha to that as well, Cunha's stats are not too bad. Maybe United are looking at the striker situation and going, maybe our goals could come from the number 10 area. And you combine Cherki's 31 to, say, for instance, Cunha's 23, plus Bruno's 30 plus this season. Also, in terms of goal involvements, maybe someone like Delap on top of that is enough for Manchester United. Multiple options. And you're not even bringing in Ahmad's quality to that situation yet either. So, what you've got to look at here is, United may be top runners, but do we need 2 10s? Do we need to sell 2 10s to actually bring these players in? Does this push Ahmad over to right wing back? All of these questions are coming in right now. But can United afford to not be in the reckoning to sign Rayan Cherki? That's the question that we're asking right now. And you've already got Cunha over the line and done. I think Cherki has got the right temperament. I think he can handle playing in the Premier League. And we've seen he can do it in Europe at the highest level on the biggest occasions. I think there again, another player with the dark heart, someone with a nasty streak, a bit of character about him, is everything that Manchester United need. If we've got the opportunity and he wants to come to United, I don't care if we've already bought Matheus Cunha, you sell Garnacho. You move other players on to make this happen. You move Højlund on, you move Garnacho on, you get Cherki in, you get Cunha in, and then you obviously go out and get a Liam Delap. There's obviously the news about Gyökeres still floating around. If United are in the Champions League, we could easily go out and buy Cunha, Cherki, Delap and Gyökeres and have 4 new forwards in our side, because we would sell Garnacho, we would sell Rasmus Højlund, and obviously we're in the Champions League, because that's the biggest thing out of all of this. I don't think half of Man United's targets this summer move unless United win the Europa League. I think Cherki would only go to a Champions League club now that he knows he's probably going to be able to stay at Lyon and play Champions League. And you go through the list of other teams, barring Spurs and Villa, on this list that we've got: Newcastle, European football, Arsenal, yes, Leverkusen, Juve, Milan, Bayern, yes. All of them clubs in Europe next season. Spurs and United, who are apparently 1 and 2 in the race to sign Cherki, are definitely not guaranteed it. The only reason that Spurs are in the reckoning is because they're still in the Europa League. That's it. That is the only reason that they are in the reckoning for Cherki, because if they've not got Champions League football next season or any European football, there's no way that Cherki goes to them. I think United could try and lure him in, but I think it'd be very difficult without Champions League. Let me know what you think. Should we go all out for the likes of Cherki as well as the likes of Delap and Gyökeres and Cunha? Should we be going all out for our forward line if the players are there available of the right quality this summer? Do we have to sacrifice other positions because the right players are there for that area? Drop yourself into the comments and let me know, everybody. And obviously make sure that you do drop a video on the like. Hit that subscribe button up on your screen right now for your up-to-date Manchester United news every single day, live and pre-recorded. I've always got you covered. Cheers for watching, everybody.